What's up, guys? This is That's 20 Nerd, and I'm bringing you another episode of Dualcast Wednesdays. This time with another one of my teammates, VD Justin. Introduce yourself.
Hey there, everyone. I am VD Justin. It's so good to cast this game. I love Empire Cast. Should be awesome. I don't know who his opponent is. It looks like his name is Showtime, as in some like ritzy Chicago-esque dark room, smoky cigars, whatnot. But anyway, so in the bottom left on Teldream Altar, we do have our Terran player, the Red Terran Empire Cast, and on the top right we have our blue Protoss Showtime. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the map if you don't mind, Matt.
Oh, definitely. Take it away from here.
All right, so you have first of all, the ramp leading down to the natural is a little different, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. The problem is there's a million places to hide those proxy pylons. So you need to be very active when scouting. You can hide it behind the natural, by the third, by close to the Xel'Naga Tower at the third, anywhere. So he's going to really need to be on top of his game. It looks like he's doing a super standard 1x expand, and Showtime's just doing a little scouting. And the map for Protoss, you have to be very wary of drops. Drops are huge because the jump from the third to the main is nothing. So you can jump from the third to the main, and then there's a big old ramp leading into your natural, so you can stem up your main forces. It's very multitask. It favors that kind of play style in addition to being a very large map and suiting itself to a macro or a style of play.
Yeah, as you see, Showtime putting down that gas before he does get the expansion, and he does have that one gate, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some early pressure, especially since he did see that one Rax go down and no gas yet, so perhaps he will be looking for an expansion in the near future.
Yeah, that seems pretty accurate. I mean, this is my guess for Showtime is, you're right, he might do some aggression. He's got this, he does have gas, he does this, he's probably going to do the one gate expand, get the cyber core, start warp gate, expand. But you never know, he can go up to like a 3-gate play where it's very aggressive. I actually really like that play, the little probe doing some damage, or not doing damage at all. The Marine scares it away. And the Terran player, like you were saying, no gas, is going to do a super standard one rack fast expand. He's building it in his main because it's pretty vulnerable out in that naturally. So he's tucking it away. But the Protoss player scouts no gas, so he knows exactly what's going on. It's probably not going to be some kind of proxy 2 racks because he saw everything. So the probe's just holding the Xel'Naga Tower, and everything's kind of just going as be. People are scouting. It's the game.
Yeah, and at first I thought Showtime, he was what's the word I'm looking for? Hovering. My bad. A lot of energy. So I thought in one assimilator kind of pointed to a 4-gate pressure, but it's kind of difficult to 4-gate a Terran player just because they can wall off and they can't, and it's really hard to rush them. You kind of need to have a big force and kind of take it to a late game death ball.
I agree. I mean, you just outlined Protoss's strategies everywhere. So I say that because they love that death ball.
Yeah, and especially really PvP. I really like how it's transitioning from a 3 Colossus death ball to more of a high temp heavy because they are a little bit cheaper and those storms can do just as much damage if placed properly.
Yeah, no, I've lost 2 good storms, and the Stalker's coming up the ramp. Marine's doing a couple in the yellow. Bunker's about to finish. He's gonna get it in time. This pressure is gonna do nothing. It's more just to show me as a unit, and this really tells Cass, even though he's seen it. This is a 1-gate expand. He's followed up with another gas, and like he is doing that 3-gate pressure. This might be pressure he might throw on a robo right now. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, as the Terran player is throwing down 3 racks in his first tech lab, is just finishing up I guess halfway done right now. My bad. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some 3 racks pressure out of him in the very near future, especially when he does scout his expansion.
Exactly. I mean, the really cool thing about starting your barracks or your tech lab on one of your barracks as soon as you can, rather than being greedy and using the next 100 to get 2 reactors or the next 75 to get a reactor in another tech lab, is that the second the tech lab is done, you'll have exactly 100 gas to start that stim or combat shields. The stim is super standard. You're probably going to see him follow up after this engineering bay with a factory. Just really standard stuff. And, the Protoss player is getting his robo up. in addition with that forge. You know, they like their upgrades. They like Chrono Boost. It's all very good, although at the moment it looks like he's been Chrono Boosting probes out. If you look at the income tab, it is actually 29 to 34, which favors the Terran player because guess what? Mules.
Yeah, but you also have to think the Terran player has to pull off workers whenever making anything, whether that be barracks, factory, starport, etc. And the Protoss player doesn't really have to do that, so that favors the Protoss a lot.
Yeah, no, it's nice, but then once again, mules are the end-all, cure-all, disease-free, no gonorrhea.
Wow, that's a lot of advantages.
Wild of the West for Terran. I've seduced many a mule. They're wonderful creatures. But seriously,
where are you going with this?
I'm bragging about my conquests. So
yes,
there's a factory going down. You're not going to see any kind of tank pressure. What you're going to be seeing is going to be build that reactor for the starport. They're going to swap, and everything's going to be happy. And look, he did go for that double tech lab, and he's getting that concussive shells in addition to the stem. They're going to finish up nicely. I don't think he's going to push out. It looks like he was worried about DTs. That's why he got the engineering bay before he got his factory. Normally you see it the other way around. So he's worried. He saw that double gas and didn't know where it was going. So you see him going up to, what is this? Is this 6 gates right now?
Yeah, I want to comment on very quickly about Empire Cass's lack of scouting information. The only thing he knows is that Showtime is on. It does have an expansion. Other than that, he has no idea what is going on. So I mean, Showtime could be doing any crazy strategy what White Raw would do, and he would have no idea.
Yeah, no, this is. I mean, it's pretty crucial. I mean, Cass is known to be like a laddering Terran. He ladders a ton, and so what you're gonna see is from the Protoss player is pretty standard. He's not going for the Colossus necessarily. He is going for those high Templars. He's gonna get that Storm. He's chronoing out that weapons upgrade level 1, and the Stalker's been holding Xel'Naga, so he's gonna know when this guy moves out, which is right now. He's got a healthy count with 2 Medivacs on the way. +1 is done. Combat shields will finish by the time he attacks. So, what do you think the Protoss response to this is going to be?
Warp in Zealots. I mean, when in doubt, Zealots do so much against that Marine Marauder ball, and it wouldn't surprise me for him to see that charge, which is on the way now, and maybe throw some Chronos on it, as he does have some Archons.
Yeah, that seems pretty solid stuff. He does not have Storm yet. He's not even started researching. He is getting that charge, but you got to remember that a lot of Terran players forget to get that concussive shells. Cass did not. He has it, which means he can kite with all those Marauders. So if you look at how many Marauders is he has 10 Marauders. So that makes it so he can kite if he hits all different Zealots, which, you know, good for him if he can.
Oh, I bet these high temps wish that they had Storm right now.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. All right, so... All right, backing off. Posturing themselves, making the armies look bigger than they are. It's like fighting a bear.
What? Oh, yeah, you always want to make yourself look a little bit bigger than you really are. Yes.
And shout, I'm a human. Humans kill bears. It's the thing I do. Anyways, so he's taking control of that Xel'Naga. The factory's floating out. He's taking his 3rd at this point, turning it into that orbital. And the Protoss player is doing the same.
Yeah, the Protoss player does possess a special ability to make his Nexus into an orbital Nexus. That's a new thing that Terrans are...
Is that a Heart of the Swarm thing? An orbital Nexus that drops Protoss mules? I mean, I was talking about my Terran mules exploits. I have to go to a Protoss mule bar now and pick up a few lovely shiny Protoss mules. You know?
Yeah, they look kind of like immortals, but they gather minerals.
Yeah. That's awesome. You see a Warp Prism picking up a few High Templar. Maybe it's 2, so not a few.
Money
2.
Storm.
It's probably going to go to a Storm drop.
Yeah, Money Storms on the mineral lines.
Yeah.
Those are quite good. His Storm is finished now, so we can do some awesome damage with Storm. And against a ball of...
Ooh.
Marines Marauders. Oh, look at that storm. Those Marines are taken down to nothing. One more stim, and they would not be Marines anymore, or at least alive Marines.
Yeah, they would be huddling in a corner, having withdrawals because they cannot stim anymore. Those medevacs are very low in health and very juicy for those feedbacks, and the Protoss army is moving forward. The Zealot Archon mix is really good, especially with a few force fields thrown in to trap those. You can lift them up, but that risks them. You can lift up your units in those medevacs, but that risks them being fed back or shocked, or shot. I'm all away with the words. But yeah, so it's kind of just the posturing of the armies. He's got ghosts out. He's got 3. They all have enough for an EMP.
Yeah, those EMPs can be very, very good because whenever a sentry has no energy, what is the sentry good for? I mean, it's only an in-game map editor, so I mean, what's a sentry without the map hacks? Nothing.
Yeah, you know, it's something else. I mean, luckily, luckily sentries are pretty good and High Templar are pretty good. So the army's kind of posturing. Cass is taking the defensive position, and Showtime over here is taking the more offensive position on the map, saying, if you wanna come to my base, I'm gonna see you from the Xel'Naga towers, and I'm gonna do damage to you in the open. So they're just both kind of moving around. He's taking his 4th now, cleared up that Marine that was there.
Yeah,
There's another Marine waiting to see if he takes any later bases.
Yeah, both these players are just kind of patrolling the middle of the map, waiting for the other one to attack, trying to get the better position of advantage here, as they're each kind of doing that awkward dance back and forth the map. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let's expand macro. And the Protoss's macro Showtime isn't that good. He's floating 1,100 minerals.
But look in the main of the Terran player. You got Zealots warping in along with 2 High Templar that's turned into an Archon. Marines and Marauders should be able to fend this off. But so many SCVs. Is the Archon getting any kills? It's moving towards the Ghosts. The Ghosts are not EMPing the Archon. Can he get it? Oh, the Archon's moving around just trying to do damage. It looks like this is perfect positioning. But this allows the Protoss player to go, and he's going to try and snipe the 4th of Cass. He's building a turret there, but a turret's not going to defend you from an entire fucking army. So, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that drop really didn't do much damage, but it's going to do enough damage to delay mining here. And to really just kind of threaten the Terran player, say, oh crap, now I'm behind on one base. I know I'm behind, and how am I going to make up? And whenever Terran starts to panic... Oh, Money Storm. That is the definition of Money Storm right there. Wow.
Wow, that was something
That
else.
army is just one shot.
All right, but the whole army is EMP'd. He's moving in. He has Vikings, but there are no Colossus. Oh, he's going to tear through this. The Zealots running away in pure terror as far as the little mechanical legs can take them. I don't think they're mechanical, but I like to think they're little robots with swords. Oh, the carnage.
Oh, and as Showtime just threw away 2 High Templars that could have been quite valuable, maybe throwing out another Storm or 2 on that unit composition, as, you know, these Marines and Marauders can take this away if they wanted to right now. Especially, another fleet of, oh no, shaking my screen. Coming in from the other side as that force is easily cleaned up.
Yeah, no, this is really good, and it's really good for Koss. He's being very aware. He sees that there's going to transition into Colossus now, and he has +1 ship weapons, which means his Vikings are going to do substantially better against the Colossus. So he's going to have Colossus and Archons. I believe he has 2 Colossus already, and he's making a 3rd one as we speak, along with that the +3 weapons. But he's going to probably move in with his army because he has a supply advantage. He wants to take a fight a little bit or posture aggressively. Nothing else but the storms. Oh, are the Ghosts going to get there? The Ghosts are in the middle of the army. All right, he's leading him out. Oh, he baited it out. Not very much damage. He's adding another starport. +3 attack is almost done for him. He's probably going to time it out. He's going to wait for that. He's going to see he has an advantage, and he's going to try and take advantage of him, moving up to the 3rd of the Protoss player. Can he get it? I'd like to see a drop in the main at this point.
Yeah, drops can really... Whenever you split the Protoss fleet into 2 parts, it really kind of makes it awkward because you want to send some Zealots to clean that up, but the Zealots will do so much damage to the larger group of units that it's like, no, where do I send my units where? As this this.
Being so shiny, this is our first world Protoss problems. The third has been destroyed. The Protoss army is closing in from 2 angles. Oh, the Templars are gonna get some good storms off here. There's nothing he can do. Is he gonna try and mass pickup? He's getting absolutely decimated. The supplies are down. They're almost even now. It looks like it's from a few minutes ago. The Protoss player comes out ahead. Woo! What a fight in in an Archon with his shield completely taken down. And as look at that hidden expansion.
Oh, these money storms are just ripped through this Terran fleet, and he has no options on what to do right now other than just pretty much sit in the corner and cry as a Mobius reactor is being researched for Terran. You're a Terran player. Please enlighten me on what that is.
All right, Mobius reactor allows your ghost to come out with enough energy to EMP. Now, he should have gotten this before he started producing ghosts, but he must have thought the danger was imminent. So he's facing a pretty big threat right now. When the Protoss player has such a large supply advantage, it never bodes well. He's getting +2 ship weapons, and the Protoss player has that hidden base in the 5 o'clock position. So, and he is also getting one in the 11 o'clock position, or the noon position. So,
but that is scouted by the Terran player, so he knows exactly what's up. But
exactly, he's gonna lift, but that's not gonna help.
Oh, the Protoss player is gonna lift. Wow, these new abilities in Heart of the Swarm are just crazy.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. It's a problem.
Yeah, Protoss OP.
So, all right, so he's building 3 Vikings at a time as a reactored starport, in it with an additional non-reactored starport, 6 Marauders and 6 Marines at a time. Pretty good. He has a really good amount of ghosts. This is so important because ghosts do very well against, the Archons and the High Templar, but what they also do well against is anything with energy, or shields in this case, which is the entire Protoss army. So it's like taking a good chunk of their health away. And if you look, I think that's Warp Prism speed. He's going to try and do some more harass with that Warp Prism, leaving 2 High Templar by his hidden base.
That is in fact Warp Prism speed, so he's going to be trying to do a lot of harassment. I'd like to see a Colossus drop, but those are kind of fading out, I think.
Yeah, since the beta.
Yeah.
They're awesome, though. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I still like to do
Puck has. I saw a game with him, and he did some pretty hilarious Colossus drops, and White Rod did one in that trial of the Xel'Naga. So, all right, this hidden base is now up and mining. It only has like a resounding 9 workers. These 2 armies are still just posturing in the middle. The Protoss army is spreading itself out, sending Templar one at a time, threatening to get it. Okay, he's making medevacs again. This is a very necessary move. Without these medevacs, his army is so fragile because he's forced into producing Vikings because he sees Colossus. So now he's relaxing a little bit, and he is getting that medevac count back up.
Yeah, medevacs, they're such a pain whenever it's a few medevacs and a few units against a few units because it just seems like they will not die.
Right. And he's taken out the 4th of the Terran player once again, but he has a supply advantage. Is he going to trap, get a concave right behind him? Oh, he picks off that High Templar. That's a very good play. Oh, he's getting a couple free volleys off on a couple Colossus. Remember, these Vikings have +2 attack. That's something you don't often see. Oh, baiting out a storm. Protoss players on so many bases. This is going to take a miracle for Cass to pull off.
Yeah, and I just like to comment.
Oh, those EMPs! Oh, that was gorgeous. He's got a couple High Templar with storms. He storms. He backs off. He's whiffing the storms hard, storming his own units. Oh, in a resounding victory. Forecast, even though supply is not telling the tale.
Yeah, I just want to comment on how unsynced we are right now. You'll probably not know what is happening from what Justin is talking about. So. Here are the money storms right here that are just absolutely ripping through Cass's army. As he is left to only a few stalkers, and his Showtime's forces are completely nothing to be speaking of, other than the zealots in his in his natural expansion. You there, Justin?
Yeah, it's a rough world. I stopped for a little bit to try and catch back up. I'm sorry. I'm so ahead of the curve that I just jump in game time. I actually alter space and time to watch these games because I'm so excited.
Yeah, it just happens, guys.
Yeah, I'm the Doctor Who of StarCraft, also known as Doctor What. So, poor jokes aside, Zealot Sentry High Templar is moving, and he's gonna get this base, but at what cost? His entire army is the cost.
At what cost, Justin? At what
What
cost?
cost? His cost is losing everything, and he's having a sale on dying. So he's getting this.
Excuse the awful puns, but these storms are just gonna kill these units, especially if they keep stimming. Oh my gosh! If he had one more storm.
Look, this one warpin's gonna kill the rest of his.
Yeah, these zealots are just going. Oh, sour about those pickups. If he had like 1 or 2 stalkers. Oh, but the warp prism, clutch warp prisms, clutch
yeah, it's
warp
really
prisms.
good play. Warps and all those zealots to take care of the entire army. It's really just solid stuff.
Oh, and Empire Cast did call the GG and left the game, as he probably should, as Showtime really had the complete map control. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been That's 20 Nerd.
And this has been Justin William Gordon. It has been an absolute pleasure to do this cast. I do love Empire Cast, and it hurts me when he loses. I'll have to call him. He'll be like, honey. I'll be like, Cass, it's okay. Even when you lose, I love you.
Okay,
anyways, thank you for watching.
Okay, before this gets any weirder, I'm gonna end the video right now. Like, subscribe, peace.